This amazing month of March with huge movies keeps rolling on with Kong Skull Island. I mean, we're getting so spoiled right now. It's time for Entertainment Now with me, TM Powell, sponsored by Emerald City Comics, and we're going to review this big monster movie, and I brought in some guests. Here is Matt Sardo from Monkeys Fighting Robots. He's the co-founder, as I like to call it, the king of Monkeys Fighting Robots.
Yes, thank you so much.
And Veronica as well, because we're introducing her into this new monster culture, the Monsterverse, as we put it.
I know. Listen, you're nerding me out so far. Harry Potter, you've gotten me into
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, and now like the big monster movies. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, it's really cool. Now, Matt, I know you had issues with the kickoff of the Monsterverse with Godzilla in 2014. You thought it was a little slow. What did you think of Kong Skull Island?
Kong just starts right away and just starts running with it, and it's action the whole time, and it's a fun film, and I can't believe how far graphics have come since the Peter Jackson King Kong to this one, because this film is beautiful.
And we thought that Peter Jackson film was beautiful too. For all its flaws, it's a little over the top at times. And I actually think this new film isn't as over the top as that Peter Jackson film is at times, with all the bugs and 4 and 5 Tyrannosaurus Rexes. I enjoyed it too. Veronica, you're the outsider here still. What did you think of this movie?
Well, you know, Matt used the perfect word that I keep using, and that is fun. This movie is just a fun popcorn flick. You've got big monsters, and it keeps you engaged the entire time.
It does, and I always say dumb fun, and I don't mean that as a bad thing when I say dumb fun, but it's dumb fun. I always said it's like Kong and the Furious. It's for the Fast and the Furious generation. I mean, at one point he takes a tree and rips all the branches off and uses it as a baseball bat. I mean, we've never seen that before in a Kong movie. But there are some changes to this. I mean, there's some things that are still the same. It's still explorers going to an uncharted island, and they find a big monster who's not happy that they're there. But there's also some change-ups. One thing, 1973, did you like that it's a change-up in time?
I did like that it was a change-up in time, because then it kind of replaces that 1976 King Kong movie I have in my brain and all that stuff that was going on there. This one had a great feel. They used all the token music from the Vietnam era in the 70s, but it works.
Yeah, I like the soundtrack too. What about you?
I liked it. I thought it was great music.
Yeah, and it's just a fun cast. Everyone has a good time with it, and it's not like some, throwaway cast. Brie Larson just won an Oscar. Tom Hiddleston, I know you liked him, Veronica.
Eye candy, ladies. If for nothing else, eye candy.
His hair was perfect the whole time, right?
Oh, it cracked me up. King Kong just splashes water all over the place, and then Tom Hiddleston comes up dry, hair all beautiful. I was like, oh, Tom.
And that's what I mean about this movie. You can't look at it and find its flaws. There's no doubt about it. It's kind of like when we were in Jurassic World, Veronica, where, we kind of knew it was dumb. We knew Jurassic World was dumb, but we still liked it.
There were parts that I literally giggled out loud because of the ridiculousness of it. But the fact that this movie is so fun and so good, you just kind of forgive the stupid quirks about it.
And Matt, you don't mind a movie that kind of knows it's dumb, right? You don't mind that, as long as it knows it's dumb and is trying to have fun.
My co-host, EJ, he compared it to Stripes. That's not a bad thing. Stripes is a great movie.
Stripes.
But this movie was really violent.
Yeah.
Like the spider scene in that, I was like, wait a second. That took the movie to a whole new level. And then a whole bunch of other kills that were going on in that film.
Yeah, for a movie that's PG-13, man, it really just skirts the edge there of rated R. I mean, you walked out and you were like, wait, that movie was PG-13?
I was actually surprised that it was PG-13. There was another thing that surprised me about the movie is I didn't expect to feel as many emotions as I did, because I really thought that it was just gonna be like a raw movie, and
someone almost cried in Kong Skull Island. Just so we know, someone almost cried in Kong Skull Island.
It almost became another movie that
We
I
won't
cried at.
spoil what happened, but it is kind of emotional in the credits. And it has nothing to do with Kong, falling off the Empire State Building either. That doesn't happen. Now, let me ask you a question. For a character that's so entrenched in New York, I mean, Kong's almost seen as a New York guy, even though he goes there to get killed in every movie. New York's like, oh, we love him. We love to kill him. Did you like that New York wasn't part of it, Matt?
I was very glad to not see the film take that next chapter to New York, because I think that's what makes it a 3-hour film at that point in time. Like, exploring Skull Island was awesome with all the different monsters. Explaining the monster universe is what we got with this film, and I enjoyed it. And if they went to New York, it just would have blown it out of water.
What about you? Are you glad they passed on the Big Apple?
Yeah, I mean, I really love the scenery of it. It was a beautiful movie, like you guys said at the beginning. It really was just something to look at. I really liked it. And I was looking for, like bad CGI. I didn't find it. I felt like this was very visually appealing.
No, it's a gorgeous film. It's eye candy. It's like kids playing in their backyard with monsters. It really is. It's a lot of fun. And you know, I like that they're expanding this monster universe. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna have Godzilla down the road. It's got a great secret scene at the end, and John C. Reilly in a scene-stealing performance. I really like John C. Reilly a lot. He brought the heart to the movie. So we all like Kong. Kong was a good time. So now we're gonna play a little game called Kong or Wrong. I'm gonna pass you down some bananas here. Everyone take a banana. Take your banana, okay? So if it's Kong, we're gonna do bananas up. And if it's wrong, we're gonna do bananas down. So I have a little bit of trivia here, and I promise Veronica it's not too hard. And plus, we're gonna let Matt go first so you can just cheat off him, okay? Okay, so the original 1933 version of King Kong actually grows in height during the film from 18 to 24 feet. Kong or wrong? Go ahead, Matt.
Wrong?
I'm gonna go Kong.
Kong is correct. They made him bigger for the New York City scenes because, you know, he's going to look kind of small up there on the Empire State Building, so they actually grow his height. You know, back then, 1933, they didn't have movie nerds like us like, hey, he's taller now. They didn't have that. So, okay, the next one. The highest building King Kong climbed on film is the Empire State Building.
Wrong.
Kong?
That is actually wrong. Kong climbed the World Trade Center in 1976's King Kong, which is taller than the Empire State Building. Okay, in 1962's King Kong versus Godzilla, it had two alternate endings. One version where Kong won, another version where Godzilla won. Kong or wrong?
Wrong.
Kong?
Wrong. Only one ending. People, that was a myth. They always said there's two alternate endings where in America Kong won and Japan Godzilla won. Nope, no alternate endings, just one. Okay. In the 1933 version of King Kong was the first film to get a re-release ever. It was the first film to ever get a re-release. Kong or wrong?
Kong.
I'm gonna stay with Kong.
Kong is correct. First one to ever get a re-release, 1938, 1942, and 1952. So that's a pretty big deal. People love King Kong. Okay, the CGI Empire State Building featured in Peter Jackson's King Kong from 2005 took longer to create than the real Empire State Building. Kong or wrong?
Kong.
I'm gonna go wrong.
That would be Kong. The CGI version took 18 months to create, and the actual skyscraper was built in only 14 months. How is traffic in Tampa so bad? They built the Empire State Building back then in 14 months, and
Wow.
they can't get roads fixed here. Okay, and the last one, 1986's King Kong Lives is the biggest pile of gorilla poop ever. I will just let you guys know that is Kong. That's a terrible name. Well, thank you, Matt, for coming by. Check out monkeysfightingrobots.com. Veronica, I love when you come nerd out with us as always.
I do too.
So stick around for more 44 in the Town. We got a lot more show to come.
Entertainment Now with TM Pal, brought to you by Emerald City Comics.